there's a big joke in slash just known common knowledge in the mission, and when you get there, you soon find out that in the winter, everyone will slip, no matter what. There's not a single missionary that has gone through the Yekaterinburg mission that has not slipped on ice. And I got there right at the end of the winter, and so I made it probably 7 or 8 months before my first slip. But I'll never forget it. I was right outside our apartment complex. I hit some of that black ice and just tumbled right on my backside, and I remember laying on my back looking up in the sky and yelling, "That's my first!" And it's just a known thing. Everybody slips, and it's kind of funny slash kind of sad, but Russians, because it snows and it's so much and it's so cold, the ice just never melts, and they don't have a really good efficient system for getting salt on the sidewalks and things like that, and shoveling and all that. And so you'll see a lot of people slip on ice. I remember one time we were coming out of the grocery store, and there was an old babushka who was trying to step off a curb, and she stepped right onto an angled piece of black ice and just slipped right on her back, lost all of her bags, and it was so funny but so sad at the same time because she was old and had a hard time getting up. We had to get all her bags for her. But that's one thing that's known throughout the mission in Yekaterinburg, is that you will slip on ice and fall to the ground at some point in the mission. Going kind of along those lines in terms of weather, winter lasts basically from November to like May, and the summers are gorgeous. I think the hottest we saw was like 85 degrees, but they're just beautiful, beautiful summers there in terms of weather. But when I got there, it was the beginning of what is known as mud season. And because they don't have a really good infrastructure in terms of cleaning the streets and making sure downtowns look nice, after the snow melts, it's just dirty streets and runoff and all that. The streets get really, really muddy, and so muddy to the point where by the time you're done with your day, or even before you get home to lunch, the back sides of your pants are just all splashed with mud, and everybody has mud all over their shoes. And one thing, I guess culture-wise in Russia, is when you go into someone's home, into their apartment, you always have to take off your shoes. No one wears shoes inside. And I think it's because it is pretty dirty outside, especially during mud season. So everyone has a brush for you that you can brush off your shoes afterwards, after the mud dries, and you can brush off the backs of your slacks just to get the mud off. But that's something unique to, at least in the Yekaterinburg mission, is the mud season. Also, along with shoes, is everybody has what's called a lojichka, or a little loshka, and that's like it's translated as a spoon, but it's really just a heel. What do you call that? Anyway, everybody has them, and so you can get in and out of your shoes easily. They're very conscious of getting your shoes on easily, getting your shoes off easily, and being able to clean them up really quickly before you leave, just because you don't wear your shoes inside, and so they take care of them.